I first date walked to Pier 66. My lips, your lips, my heart beating right out my chest. When I held you, I had something that I knew I need so bad. Yeah, I need your love so bad.
Hello, welcome to this week's vlog. If you're new here, my name's Maggie and I'm a first year medical student and I have so much to do today. I need to get out of bed, get my life together, start the day. It's almost 9, but we are in the second week of MSK, and so today what I have to do, I have to finish watching a lecture from Tuesday and finish going through the anatomy PowerPoint from Monday, and then we have class from 1 to 5, and I also didn't do Anki yesterday, and I have like a million Anki cards because I've been putting the anatomy cards in my main deck, and so that just, and there's so much anatomy, there's just so much, and yeah, we have a lot to get through today. But I actually really like the content of MSK. The block itself is being ran terribly. Like, my classmates are actually so angry. The lectures are so bad. I won't say more, but it's bad. But anyway, okay, time to get up, out of bed, eat breakfast, and then be productive for all day, minus going to the gym.
Shadows of the morning are crawling on my floor, and I just wanna lie here, nothing less, nothing more. There's raindrops on my window, and I'm going nowhere fast. Behind these closed eyes, I visualize what will come and what is past. But Mama, turn the light on. Mama, stir me from my sleep. I've been sleeping too long. I've been dreaming too long. I just wanna lie here, but I don't wanna die here. So I'm gonna take my best shot. Shot out of bed into the tip top. Sitting on the edge of my bed, waiting by the river, waiting by the river. I found a little piece of homestead, waiting by the river, waiting by the river. It's clear to see I'm free, yeah, waiting by the river. I'm chasing these dreams, awake or asleep.
I think I'm technically procrastinating by cleaning the whole apartment before I go to the office, but it's still being productive. And it's nice to start with a small, manageable task that I can actually get done, knowing I have a million tasks that's gonna be really hard to get done. So, I'm gonna clean the bed and then go to the office. That's the last thing I'm gonna do, and then focus on school.
Keep shining, they say that I'm misguided, but I wanna make this move. I guess that you could say that I woke up with this melody in my head. Shout out of bed cause I got something to prove. So when I say, Mama, turn the light on, understand just what I mean. When I'm asleep I will dream, and when I wake you will see that even as I lie here, thinking where I'll be in 5 years, I know today is all I ever got. I know today.
All right, it's 12:45. I need to make a realistic plan for the day. I am in this YouTuber course, so I attended the live session from 10 to 12 and then was just like geeking out on YouTube for a bit. So it's maybe not the best decision ever. I have a flight tomorrow that I could have watched that at the airport and done school stuff first, but when I have so much to do like this, like that kind of overwhelming feeling, it's kind of like paralyzes me to get started, and I feel like I have more to do than I have time for, and then like I just like don't want to start it at all because I'm like, I don't have time to get everything done kind of thing. But we're gonna turn this day around and make it a really productive study day. So first let me see what the workout at the gym is, because I don't love the programming, and every day it's like shoulders and I usually don't like it. V-ups, ball slams, squats with slam ball. I don't want to do that. Yeah, so, okay, instead of the gym, here's the plan. I'm gonna walk away, have lunch at 1 o'clock-ish. I'm gonna study on my own for 2 hours, go to class 3 to 5, maybe leave early because it's only 1 hour small group versus 2, and I don't know the large group is gonna be a lot, right? Then I'll stay on campus for a couple hours, go for a run, study for a couple more hours. I don't know. We're gonna start there, at least for the next 2 hours. I can get a lot done. My mindset has shifted. I geeked out on YouTube for a bit. you know, I'm ready to sit down and do work, even though it's not when I planned to do work, and that's okay. But I need to eat, otherwise I'll just sit down and be like, oh, I'm hungry 10 minutes later. That's the brachial plexus back there. I'll tell you more about what we're learning once I get into my study groove. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the day.
A confession and a craving for you, babe. I just don't want you to become another mistake. 'Cause every time you come around, I wanna get you close. I'm holding back emotions and I don't wanna blow it. Can't speak, so don't make me say it. Take me and don't keep me waiting. Save me now, I'm bowing down, I can't take it.
Oh my gosh, God. Remember how I said our lectures have been really bad? Well, Tuesday, the lady that was the last lecture was really, really good. That's the one I'm watching right now, and in Pull Everywhere, this is what somebody said. Because she's so good. Please teach the rest of MSK for us. That's how excited we get when somebody's like a good lecturer, because but it can't all be good. But I thought that was funny. Okay, back to it.
Not be able to be passed down to his offspring. Again, based on genetic findings, radiology findings, and clinical findings. But type 1, on the other hand, is mild, and these patients do still get fractures, but not usually until they're...
Alright guys, made it through 2 lectures. It's 2:42. I'm gonna take a really quick shower because I kind of stink. And I want to shower before I go onto campus.
Economy flooded deep Mexico. For a week you and me all alone. Until forever I had something that I need so bad. Yeah, I need your love so bad. Your love so bad.
Okay, had to run an errand in Target, and of course I went to the office section. So cute. Lecture was not helpful. Or small group, not the best. Studied on campus with friends, and I decided to, last block I was like, okay, anatomy cards need to go in my main deck, and it needs to all go in one because I didn't do it when it was in a separate deck. And then today, I'm just behind because I haven't done a lot of my Anki this week, which, I don't know. So I was like, I can't spend hours upon hours catching up on Anki when it's all just from anatomy. Our anatomy practical is in like 10 weeks or something. Like, it's the wrong thing to focus on because it's going to be a tiny, tiny part of our end of week quiz. So I moved all the anatomy cards back to their own deck. And so I gotta eat, and then I will get through the rest of the Anki cards that are not from the anatomy PowerPoint. Like, because we did learn like a lot of pathophys today, or this week. So hopefully I'll get that done today after I eat.
And so I say goodbye to the shadows as morning breaks to noon. Another day I'm living, another song I'm singing, and I know I've got nothing to lose, but my soul keeps shining. They say that I'm misguided, but I wanna make this move. I guess that you could say that I woke up with this melody in my head. Shout out, I beg, 'cause I got something to prove. So when I say, Mama, turn the light on, understand.
Oakley, what are you doing?
Girl.
Alright guys, let's share some things that we're learning this week in med school, because you guys have said that you like knowing like what we're learning and stuff, and I was always really curious about it when I was a pre-med. So this week, some things we're learning about. It's supposed to be like upper arm or upper extremity week, so like basically we're supposed to like know all the muscles in the arm, what innervates them. So for example, what I learned is thenar, this is like the thenar muscles here and the hypothenar here. And so like the thenar muscles are innervated by the radial nerve, which is easy because like, you know, there's your radial bone, you got the radial artery, that's all on the side, and then these are innervated by the ulnar nerve. Pretty sure, I could be wrong, don't quote me. But yeah, so we need to like know the innervations of all the arm muscles, and technically they told us we're supposed to know also like the origins and insertions of all the muscles, but like I think that's pretty low on everybody's list because it's like, that's super nitty gritty and it's hard enough to learn everything else. But technically that is fair game. So and then their functions, so like abduction, flexion, things like that. And some do say it in the name. So like an example is the abductor digiti minimi, something like that. Abducts the pinky, because digiti minimi is like the pinky. And then these ones, apparently pollex or something like that in Latin is thumb. So the pollicis muscles are for the thumb. So cool things I'm learning. Don't quote me on any of this. I'm just like relaying, you know, what I know so far. So muscles in the arm, innervations, functions, things like that. What happens, like, since we need to know like where the nerves are, like what happens if you have a mid-shaft humerus break? What nerve would be affected and what symptoms would you have? What about like a break here in the more proximal part of your humerus or something? I don't know. What symptoms would you have? And then like down here, because like based on whether it's here, here, or here, it'd be a different nerve that would be affected and you'd have different symptoms. So we need to be able to recognize those symptoms based on the break. And then some pathophys we've been learning: osteogenesis imperfecta, muscular dystrophies like Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. We talked about mitochondrial myopathies and rickets, osteomalacia. And that's most of the pathophys, I think. Not any farm this week, so that's been nice. And yeah, we had a whole lecture on the anatomy of the hand, which is why I know like the thenar, hypothenar. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy actually like hearing what we're learning. Oh, and the brachial plexus. So, oops. Monday they told us that like we need to draw this out like 100 times, and I think that's a little dramatic, but we actually like need to know this back, forwards, frontwards, and everything. So all that. So with that wraps up this week's vlog. Really, I was planning to do like a super productive day where I got a lot done, and you know, once again that just didn't happen. MSK is definitely like the first block where I feel like it's what I expected med school to feel like before I started med school, like super overwhelming and like how do I learn all this and blah blah blah. But I think I'm also like mainly stressed because since I like this content, like this is the only block that I've like even been a tiny bit interested in. Like, not that I've hated all the other blocks, they just haven't like specifically piqued my interest, if that makes sense. And like since I like this block, I want to do well, and that's what's stressing me out, because usually I have the mentality of like, oh, let's just study to pass, and that's like, you never have to stress with that mentality, you know? But like I actually want to do well, so that's what's stressful, and it's also a lot. Anyway, I hope you still enjoyed this week's vlog, day in the life. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow along on Instagram, and I will see you in the next one. And next time we talk, I'll tell you all about the camper van because it's going to be in Colorado.